video, we're going to learn how to add and subtract fractions with different denominators this time. So let's try it in pictures so you can understand what's going to be happening. We have a quarter here plus a half. Now the bottom number's different, so that means our pieces are cut up differently. So we have 4 pieces in this circle and 2 pieces in this circle. And that's a problem. I can't really just add a quarter and then add this half here. I have to somehow make these equal pieces the same in both. So what if I left the quarter as the same? And I also think, is there some way you can cut this 1/2 so that these pieces, when I cut it, will be similar to these pieces here? Oh yeah, we could. What if I cut it across this way? Then I would have 4 pieces. So I started off with a half here. So what if I cut it across this way? Oh look, now I have 4 pieces, just like the quarter has 4 pieces. So my bottom number can be 4 now. But in this one, we have 2 pieces shaded in. So that means that I have 2/4. So this question here is the same as this question here. And I know how to do this. We just did this in the last video. So 1/4 plus 2/4 is 3/4. So in picture, we'll draw 4 pieces in a circle, and I'm going to color in 3. And so my answer is 3/4. Okay, so now let's do this in numbers. Here I have 2/3 plus 1/5. Okay, so what I have to do, I can't just go 3 is equal to 3 under 3/8. I can't just add the top and add the bottom. That would be really wrong and very bad. Do not ever do that. Do not add the top and then add the bottom like that. We can't. What we have to do is we have to make these bottom numbers the same somehow. And how we're going to do that is we're going to find the lowest common multiple. So what that means is I have to find the lowest multiple of 3 and 5 so that they're the same. Now let's say all the multiples of 3. Which one would have the same as the 5? Well, in this case, if I were to list out all of the multiples of 3, and then list some of 5, 10, 15. Look, this is the lowest common multiple. They share 15 the same. So that means that my bottom number should be 15. Now, how do I do that? Okay, well, let me just erase this here. To make the bottom numbers 15, what would I have to multiply 3 by to get 15? I want to multiply this by 5. And if I do that to the bottom, I have to do that to the top as well. So to multiply that by 5 as well. Okay, and how do I get 15 with 5? I can times 5 by 3 to get 15. If I do that to the bottom, I have to do it to the top as well. Don't forget that. Do it to the top as well. So now we'll just do our multiplication to get our new fractions, our equivalent fractions. So we got 2 times 5 is 10. And then 3 times 5 is 15. So that 10/15 is our equivalent fraction for 2/3. Okay, and then now our next fraction here, 1 times 3 is 3. 5 times 3 is 15. So 3/15 is the same equivalent fraction as 1/5. Now this is the same problem as what we had before in the last video. The bottom number is the same. So then we just add the top. So 10 plus 3 is 13. Remember, the bottom number stays the same. We're not going to add the bottom numbers. 15 will still stay as 15. And that's it. That's our answer. Okay, let's do the next example. So we have more operations. We have minus and plus. Okay. Remember that we cannot do 8 minus 2 plus 4 for a bottom. We can't. We have to change it so we have the same denominator. Okay, so we have to think about the lowest common multiple between 8, 2, and 4. So if you list some of our multiples of 2, we got 2, 4, 4, 6, 8, and goes on. List some multiples of 4, 4, 8, 12, and so on. And then multiples of 8, 8, 16, and so on. So between all of these, the lowest common multiple will be 8, because there's 8 in 2, there's 8 in the 4's times tables, and then there's, of course, 8 in the 8 times tables. So our lowest common multiple is 8. So we want 8 in the bottom numbers in our new fraction, our equivalent fractions here. Okay, so this one already has an 8 at the bottom, so we don't have to touch it. Leave it alone. It's perfect. Now we have to change this one though. So 2 times what can give me 8? 2 times 4 can give me 8. So if I do that to the bottom, I have to do it to the top. And times top by 4 as well. So 4 times what gives me 8? 4 times 2 gives me 8. So if I times 2 at the bottom, I have to do it as top as well. Okay, now we'll find our new equivalent fractions by doing our multiplication. So remember, we didn't touch 7 over 8, so I'm going to leave it alone. Okay, now let's do this one. We have 1 times 4. Oops, a subtraction here. 1 times 4 is 4. 2 times 4 is 8. In our next fraction, 3 times 2 is 6. And 4 times 2 is 8. And now we have 8s along the bottom for our denominator. So now we can do what we usually do before. Because our denominators are the same now, we'll just do our operations at the top, the numerator. So we got 7 minus 4 is 3. Okay. And then the next part is 3 plus 6 is 9. So now we have 9 over 8. But remember, you want this in lowest term or in mixed numbers. So you have to think, okay, how many times does 8 go into 9? It goes into 9 once. And how many do I need from 8 to get to 9? 1. Remember, our denominator is 8, so it'll stay as 8. So our answer is 1 and 1/8.